Hello, hey, hi everyone. So today I'm going to demonstrate my very ambitious project Terraform using Terraform. I'm going to create a three-tier web application which will have three layers: a web app and the database layer. So I have written all the code using Terraform, and everything will be done on one click. So I want to automate this deployment as well as creation of the resources to the or to fully automate. So with this we can just execute the terraform file, and after execution of the terraform file our application will be ready to serve the traffic. Okay, I'll first start with the terraform plan. So this is my main dot tf file which will have all the definitions about the all the resources which I'm going to create and how it is going to help. So if you look at this terraform plan, this is going to create a 23 resources, okay, right now, and thing is there. So I will just um, start this activity with terraform apply. So first it will ask for me to go ahead, so I'll just write yes over here. So this will take a couple of minutes to complete. So before we go to the next before while waiting for this, I'll try to go on my website and then I'll show you how this is actually working. So if you want to know the architecture diagram, you just go to Google and search my name. Okay, on the very first page you will find the my portal. I have created this portfolio which will showcase all my AWS projects, and so you can just click here on the AWS projects and then you can see this three-tier architecture with Terraform. You just click on the architecture diagram, then you will get to know what all the components we are going to use it over here. So this is the three-tier AWS architecture. So my intention behind this is that it should be a scalable, secure, and high-performance web application infrastructure. So if you look at this, so as I'm best out of in Singapore, so I selected the AP Southeast one region. So the internet gateway will help me to provide the internet access to all the VPC resources. So first I created one VPC with these IP ranges. Then inside the VPC, I have created this public subnet. The public subnet will have one public EC2 instance which will serve the web server as a web server for our front-end access. So it will have the Amazon Linux 2023 with T2 Micro. So then we'll have HTTP server installed on it. All the front-end application which we are going to deploy on this, so it will be copied over here. Then main importance is that we have used reverse proxy to backend because we need to make sure that so all the traffic is going only through to the private EC2 instance and the database through this public EC2 instance only. So right now I open these ports port 8443 and 22. 22 I use just to validate all the configuration which I'm going to uh, means prepare or install all the softwares, whether those are installed or not. So along with that there is an ad gateway also that this ad gateway is present in the public subnet, and it is used to provide internet access to our EC2 instances in private subnet. So if you look at this, it's present in the 1A. The this public subnet is present in the AP Southeast 1A. Then private subnet is present in 1B. So private subnet will have one EC2 instance with application layer. So it will have the Python Flask application to run all this backend commands and etc. So it will also have PostgreSQL client so that we can connect to the PostgreSQL servers database. So API endpoint is at the port 5000. Okay, and it will have all the business logic processing. So how to add the data, how to create entry, and how to retrieve the data from the database. Now another private subnet we do have is the Aurora, to have the Aurora PostgreSQL serverless. I intentionally use serverless because I don't want the earlier servers to be created, and I wanted to see the how serverless is useful in this. So it will have the database servers with engine version 15.4. It is auto scaling with zero point 0.5 to 1 ACU, and the database name I use as Abacus game, and port number is by default 5432. It's a multi-easy deployment because if you look at the serverless PostgreSQL, it is by default a multi-easy deployment. We cannot have single availability zone deployment. To deploy all these codes and etc. I already developed three portions of the my dynamic website. The one front end, I've created one S3 bucket, three tier web apps are there, and then I created three folder: front end, back end, and the database. The static web files will have the all the look and feel features on the front end of the our dynamic website, and then backend will have all the logics, how to access database, how to respond on the particular click on the front page. So third one is the database. It will have SQL schema files, which will need to be created. The tables or the schema need to be created before we start using the application. These are the several security groups you can see, and the infrastructure stats. Three availability zone, two EC2 instance, one Aurora cluster, three security groups, one S3 bucket, and the availability SLA is 99.9%. Okay, so if we go back here, so you can see if the 4 minutes have elapsed and still Postgres serverless instance is still creating. So I intentionally created a dependency between the PostgreSQL creation and the private EC2 instance, and then later public EC2 instance, because these dependencies needed to configure access between these three servers. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes more, and once it is completed, and I'll join you back. Thank you. Okay, so welcome back. So I can see that all my resources are getting created. So with one single command, everything got created. You can see that 23 resources got added, zero change and zero destroyed. So now the output command is also showing that, okay, this is your website URL. You just click here and then open the URL. So here we go. So mine is just a simple Abacus training system. So I'm going to create a login system where users will log in and then try to do some Abacus sums and then see the results. Okay, so as we are a new user, I will just create a new account here. So I will create my new account, Satyajit. So like a new Satyajit, Satyajit @gmail.com, and I will use one password. So let's click here. It says registration successful. Please log in. Let's just click OK. Then okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. See, I have logged in using my user ID password which I just created, and then this is the simple Abacus training system which I created, where the new students will select their respective level based on their capability. Like let's say I can solve the sum using 5 seconds of interval, then I just selected this level and then I'll start the game. Then after interval of 5 seconds, a number will be created. I just have to make the sum. It's first is 26, 4, 30, 48, 48 plus 1, 49, 59, 69, 69 plus x, 78, 78 plus 20, 98, 98 plus 3, 101. Okay, my answer is 101. Then I will just add it. Yay, fantastic, you nailed it. So all these question numbers and their answer is correct, and my answer is also 101. So with this way I can see that all this means this is just a fun game. All this data is added into the database and we can see it in the database also. So means just to showcase that we are not just caching the results over here, we are still using the data we are putting into the database. So that I will just show you out. I will again relog in over here. See, I'm able to log in. So this is how the system will work. So you kindly let me know how you find these projects with one single click at all three tier application. You can visit me at any point of time on this portal strategilimit.com, and my LinkedIn post is over here. You can on the LinkedIn you can just search with me as Satyajit Limpe. Okay.